Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This week's episode is a little different from normal. Because of the very poor weather we've had in the UK over the last few weeks, and because I've been really busy with work lately, I've not had much opportunity to work on my bikes outside, and my indoor workshop is a little cramped at the moment, as you may have seen in previous videos. But the weather has improved over the last few weeks. Over the last few days anyway. So hopefully I'll be releasing more restoration videos in the coming weeks. In today's video, you join me for a virtual ride on a indoor training app called RGT Cycling. I'll talk about why I'm using this app in particular, and give a little review of it in a moment. But first, I'd like to explain why I'm doing an indoor ride in the first place. Before the pandemic, I used to work in an office in the centre of Sheffield, in the UK, and often commuted to work by bike. I used to do things like triathlons and other similar events in a bid to keep my weight off, which I've always struggled to do. In October 2019, I broke my collarbone in a collision with a car, and obviously I couldn't ride my bike for several months. Then, just when I was, almost healed up and ready to get back on the bike again, the pandemic happened with lockdown and working from home introduced, and 2 years later, I'm still working from home. The lack of commuting, though, the lack of opportunities to ride my bike, rather, frankly took a bit of a toll on me. As well as having a full-time desk job during the week, I also had lots of commitments at weekends. So my outdoor riding time was rather limited. Ironically, during 2021, I rode half as much as I did in 2020, when we had like several lockdowns in the UK, because the only thing I could do was either do my weekday desk job or ride my bikes at weekends. And in 2021, when things opened up again, I those other commitments came back, and so I rode my bike even less. And to be honest, my physical health suffered. I gained weight because of breaking my collarbone, so when lockdown came round, I'd already gained my my lockdown weight, as some term it. But also, as well as suffering physically, my mental health took a knock too. As time went on, I was struggling to with motivation to get up in the morning. I was kind of less focused, at work. And things were quite a challenge, kind of, emotionally. I felt under pressure a lot. And I realised that basically the reason that was happening was because I wasn't going out on my bike. I was, it's something I've done for many years, on and off, but it's always been my kind of go-to thing. I had a paper round for like 4 years when I was a teenager. And every morning, and including at weekends, every morning and every evening, I had a paper round to do, so I was always on my bike and cycling to school and things. And then going to uni, and I cycled less at uni, put on a ton of weight, and then eventually, I started cycling to work. After leaving uni, weight came off a bit. But it's always kind of been there, and not not having that regular cycle commute really took a challenge. Really took a toll. In hindsight. So once I'd realised that, I decided what I need to do is I need to do a virtual commute. And I tried doing it in the evenings, and when I finished work and have to sort the dog out and take her for a walk and things, it's not there's there's less opportunity to do that. So I talked with my wife, and we decided that we would do it in the morning. So in the morning I would do a 30-minute virtual commute on my stationary trainer. It's a Tax Flow Smart trainer, which I'd gotten when I started doing triathlon training and things, and it pretty much lain untouched for 2 or 3 years, ever since I broke my collarbone, or since before breaking my collarbone. Every morning I'd do a 30-minute virtual commute. I did this for a week. Just riding on it and watching YouTube videos while I rode it. I realised that I needed to try something like a training app, virtual training app, to kind of help motivate me. I mean, I still have the phone with the YouTube running at the side of it to watch it at the same time, but so I looked into what was available, and the app I chose in the end is one called RGT Cycling. Now, you're probably familiar with Zwift. You might even use Zwift yourself. I mean, I've used it quite a bit in the past, but I mean, it's quite expensive these days. I mean, this app, RGT Cycling, does a lot of things that Zwift does. It has a virtual landscape, and you ride your bike and you go up and down hills, and you've got your stats and things on screen. You can change your camera angles, you can chat to other people. It's got workouts and different cycling courses, and but a big difference is that it's basically free. Compared with the $12.99 a month that Zwift charge. I mean, it's got limited features while it's free. There's 12 courses to choose from, but on the free version you're limited to 2, and they rotate. So 1 week it's you've got a different 2 courses to choose from every week. But if you want the full featured version, that's only $6.99 a month, or £7. So just over half the cost of Zwift, which I think is really good, because what I wanted to do was just get on. I didn't want to do massive events and stuff. I'm just doing a 30-minute spin, or quick workout before I go to work. So I don't need everything, that all bells and whistles and miles and miles of things. And it was free. That's a pretty good price tag. And if I decided I want to stick with it, then I could commit to £7 a month for having a bit more choice, and see how I thought I'd try it and see how I got on with it. So 6 weeks later, so I'm I'm now on week 6 of my virtual commutes, and um, as a result, so far I've lost about 4 kilograms in weight. That's best part of a stone, in old money, and my power, if you care about these. My power's gone from 123 watts to 155 watts, so that's my FTP at the moment, yeah, apparently. Um, um, but more importantly, I've found that as a result, over the last few weeks, I've become like more alert. I'm more alert in the morning. You know, by the time I start work at 9 a.m. and tune into my morning video meetings, I'm ready to go, and my mood is generally a lot better. I mean, I'm still really quite groggy when I first wake up. I've never really been a morning person. Yeah, as soon as I hit 18 years old, I stopped getting up early in the morning. Complete personality switch. But it's like, yeah, I've never. It's always a struggle to get up. But once I've been on the bike for 30 minutes, um, uh, okay, my legs are a little bit sorer than they used to be. But I'm much more kind of awake, more bright and bushy tailed, as they say, and ready to go. And and no, this is not a sponsored video. I just wanted to share what doing this has done for me so far. And if you're in a similar position, if you're working from home and things are not as great as they used to be, why not give a virtual commute a go? Whether it's on a bike or running or just going for a walk in the morning. um, yeah 30 minutes each weekday morning. Doesn't have to be on a fancy trainer, could be just on a bog standard kind of exercise bike, say, or on rollers, or whatever whatever suits you, really. Doesn't have to be a super hard sweat busting workout. I mean, just a gentle spin for 30 minutes. I mean, today my legs were really sore from last week, and today I just kind of spun them around for 30 minutes with kind of hardly any resistance to just loosen them up. So what should we call it? The Riches, Rides and Restorations 30-minute daily virtual challenge. Oh, I messed that one up, didn't I? Let's try again. The Riches, Rides and Restorations 30-minute daily virtual commute challenge. Yeah, it's not very catchy, is it? But yeah, I'll go with it. So if you're doing something like that already, let me know if you fancy joining me, as it were. And you know doing a workout or something in the morning. Let me know how you get on. Yeah Hopefully this has been helpful to someone out there who's also been going through like similar issues. But yeah, so where are we on this video now? Oh, are we not even halfway? So on this so the circuit I'm doing is the De Ronde circuit. So it's based on part of the Tour of Flanders, I believe, in Belgium. So it's a nice little circular circuit. It's quite hilly. So I think in this workout I was doing a you've got like two different modes. You've got like ERG mode, where basically you can just, it takes all the gradients out. Basically, you've just got kind of you just pedal, and it produces a power output, and then your speed is basically adjusted based on your power output and the virtual terrain. So you don't feel any changes in gradient, but your avatar on screen does slow down or speed up accordingly, based on those numbers. Or you can just take it out of ERG mode, and you feel it when the road goes up. It does get a lot a lot harder, and it gives it more kind of realistic feel if you don't want to just basically time trial the whole thing. So yeah, so I'm just coming up to the top of this this hill. Oh yes, personal record. Well, that seems to be a good place to leave it. So, on that note, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press like, please subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, bye for now.